Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa name, Gora Karuna Sarupaya, Radha Krishna Prestaya Te. Paramahamsa Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa name, Gora Karuna Sarupaya, Radha Krishna Prestaya Te. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gauranga, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gauranga. Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Narayana, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Narayana. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Narayana, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Narayana. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Narayana, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Narayana. Radha Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna Chaitanya, Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa, Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Prasayate. Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa Namaste. Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Prasayate. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. 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 Hari Bol Krishna, Hari Bol Krishna, Krishna Hari Bol. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Hari Bol Krishna, Hari Bol Krishna. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama, 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 Madana Mohana. Hari Bol Krishna, Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gauranga, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gauranga. Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa, Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa. Hari Bol Gurudev, Hari Bol Gurudev. Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine, Gora Karuna Sarupaya, Radha Krishna Prestaya Teri. Haribol, namaste. Haribol. So Haribol, namaste. So I'd like to read here something that it came to me yesterday, because yesterday we celebrated Lord Balaram's appearance. And the topic yesterday, to recap it, is, in our study program, is to have a focus and meditation upon the Supreme Person. And yesterday, we were able to hear from our instructing spiritual master the pastimes of Lord Balaram. It is about the world of Vrindavan, the word of Balaram, how he relates to his devotees, how caring he is, and also the meditation, the focus, the love of the pure loving servants of the Supreme Person in Vrindavan. These instances happened 5,000 years ago in Vrindavan when Lord Krishna came. But it's an ongoing eternal activities that is being performed by the Supreme Person through different living entities, unlimited living entities, and the Supreme Person who is unlimited, and he wants to enjoy and experience this loving reciprocation of loving surrender. And we are now given this opportunity to enter that world through following the footsteps of the saintly person. Following the footsteps of the saintly person. So the residents of Vrindavan are all confidential loving servants of the Supreme Person. When we speak of saintly person, it's not what we were brought up in, what we have experienced when we were given this opportunity to be going to school and exposed to this faith and religious path. So it's about, when we think of saintly person, it's someone who's like having a halo and aura, is pure white, and So the experience that we think of saintly person is someone who has no activities, but simply, saintly and pure. But here, the saintly persons are the residents of Vrindavan, the confidential loving servants of the Supreme Person, and their meditation, their focus, their love, their whole activities is what Lord Chaitanya came here, what Lord Balaram is enjoying, and what Lord Balaram in his pastimes with Lord Krishna, assisting Lord Krishna in his joy, in his happiness. We are now invited to enter that world. So here, I was reading this book from Bhaktivedanta Swami, our instructing spiritual master, and it is about what he is trying to tell us. But to be able to understand this, we must have a guide, someone who knows God, who is a pure, loving, confidential servant of the Supreme Person, who is a resident of Vrindavan, of the spiritual world, the instructing spiritual master, the initiating his spiritual master, the living, initiating spiritual master. They're all living, but living spiritual master. In this time and space, we must search for that person. Previously, we have discussed already about the qualities of a bona fide spiritual master. And previously, in our study program, the problem that causes us so much pain is our focus and meditation. Our heart's focus, our life's goal. We become so arrogant. We think we're self-sufficient. We want to do our own will. But that is not our natural, eternal, transcendental position. We're eternally the loving servant of the Supreme Person. And our world should be in the joy of doing what is pleasing to the Supreme Person. And it is exemplified when Lord Krishna came here with his associates, the residents, all the residents of Vrindavan. And yesterday, it gave us an understanding of that love, of that meditation. It is about sweetness and shelter and refuge that satisfies the heart. Yesterday, there was this devotee, we discussed that she is telling us that she left, Krishna left them. And she's telling that because Krishna doesn't care for them anymore, why think of Krishna? But in her heart, she cannot take away her heart and mind and focus upon Lord Krishna. Here we can see what is real love. It is not touched by material consideration. It has no impurity of lust. It's a transcendental relationship. So that is the focus of what we should be doing with our life. For so long, we've been hearing about this miserable world. So now, it's high time for us to be meditating and focusing upon that world of doing the will of the Supreme Person. Our instructing spiritual master is telling us, since time immemorial, yogis, sages, and mystics have forsaken the pleasure of ordinary world and gone to secluded places to meditate, eager to attain even a momentary vision of Sri Krishna. In past age, Krishna descended from the transcendental world to reveal on earth His eternal spiritual pastimes. The great sage Vyasadeva carefully recorded those pastimes in ancient Vedic literatures. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In English, in English, of those extraordinary, the great sage Vyasadeva carefully recorded those pastimes in ancient Vedic literatures. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the first comprehensive exposition in English of those extraordinary events. These stories will lure the reader from the mundane and commonplace and beckon him to participate in a miraculous journey to a transcendental realm beyond space and time, a realm where everything and everyone lives in the light of the Supreme Absolute. An eternal transcendental youth, Krishna, the ultimate object of knowledge and the supreme goal of life. So now, let us listen to the words of our instructing spiritual master, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta, who translated the teachings of Lord Vyasadeva in English. He comes to the Western world, bringing Lord Krishna, the holy names, revealing Krishna's love to all, and inviting everyone to enter that world. And our initiating spiritual master, who is the dear disciple, the beloved disciple of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, comes to us, instruct us, pass on to us the holy names. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. So we must enter the world of blessed life, which is tasting the sweetness of this loving reciprocation and loving remembrance in meditation of the Supreme Person, His qualities, His personality, so we can know and understand our true eternal relationship with Him and enter that world. Wonderful Krishna. Without understanding the intricacies of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and without knowing His uncommon spiritual opulences, the innocent cowherd boys and men of Vrindavan began to discuss wonderful activities of Krishna which surpass activities of all men. One of them said, "My dear friends, considering His wonderful activities, how is it possible that such an uncommon boy would come and live with us in Vrindavan? It is really not possible. Just imagine, he is now only 7 years old. How was it possible for him to leave Govardhan Hill in one hand and hold it up just like a king of the elephants holds a lotus flower? To leave a lotus flower is the most insignificant thing for an elephant. And similarly, Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill without exertion. When he was similarly a small baby and could not even see properly, he killed a great demon, Putana, while sucking her breast. He also sucked out her life air. Krishna killed Putana, demon, exactly as eternal time kills a living creature in due course. When he was only 3 months old, he was sleeping underneath a hand-driven cart. Being hungry for his mother's breast, he began to cry and throw his legs upward. And from the kicking of his small feet, the cart immediately broke apart and fell into pieces. When he was only 1 year old, he was carried away by Trinabarta demon, disguised as a whirlwind, And although he was taken very high in the sky, he simply hung on the neck of the demon and forced him to fall down from the sky and immediately die. Once his mother, being disturbed by his stealing butter, tied him to a wooden mortar, and the child pushed it towards a pair of trees known as Yamala Arjuna and caused them to fall. Once when he was engaged in tending the calves in the forest along with his elder brother Balaram, a demon named Bakasura appeared, and Krishna at once bifurcated the demon's beaks. When the demon known as Batasura entered among the calves tended by Krishna with a desire to kill him, immediately detected the demon and killed him and threw him into the tree. While Krishna along with his brother Balaram entered Talabana forest, the demon known as Denakasur in the shape of an ass attacked them and was immediately killed by Balaram, who caught his hind legs and threw him in a palm tree. Although the Denakasura demon was assisted by his cohorts, also in the shape of asses, all were killed, and the Talabana forest was then opened for the use of the animals and inhabitants of Vrindavan. When Pralambasura entered amongst his coward boy's friends, he caused his death by Balaram. Therefore, Krishna saved his friends and cows from the severe forest fire, and he chastised the Kaliya serpent on the lake of Jamuna and forced him to leave the vicinity of the Jamuna river. He thereby made the water of Jamuna poisonless. Another one of the friends of Nanda Maharaj said, "My dear Nanda, we do not know why you are so attracted to your young son Krishna. We want to forget him, but this is impossible. Why are we so naturally affectionate towards him? Just imagine how wonderful it is. On one hand, he is only a boy of 7 years old, and on the other hand, there is a huge hill like Govardhan Hill, and he lifted it so easily. O Nanda Maharaj, we are now in great doubt. Your son Krishna must be one of the demigods. He's not an ordinary boy. Maybe he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead." On hearing the praises of the coward men in Vrindavan, King Nanda said, "My dear friends, in reply, I can simply present the statement of Garga Muni so that your doubts may be cleared. When he came to perform the name-giving ceremony, he said that this boy descends in different periods of time, in different colors, and in these times, he has appeared in Vrindavan in dark color and is known as Krishna. Previously, he has a white color, then red color, then yellow color. He also said that this boy was once the son of Vasudeva, and everyone who knows of his previous birth calls him Vasudeva. Actually, he said that my son has many varieties of names, according to his different qualities and activities. Ganga Acharya assured me that this boy will be all auspicious for my family, and that he will be able to give transcendental blissful pleasure to all the cowherd men and cows of Vrindavan. Even though we will be put into various kinds of difficulties, by the grace of this boy, we will be very easily freed from them." He also said that formerly this boy saved the world from the unregulated condition, and he saved all honest men from the hands of the dishonest. He also said that any fortunate man who becomes attached to this boy, Krishna, is never vanquished or defeated by his enemy. On the whole, he is exactly like Lord Vishnu, who always takes the side of the demigods, who are consequently never defeated by the demons. Ganga Acharya then thus concluded that my child will grow to be exactly like Vishnu in transcendental beauty, qualification, activities, influence, and opulence. And so we should not be very astonished by his wonderful activities. After telling me this, Ganga Acharya returned home. And since then, we have been continually seeing the wonderful activities of this child. According to the version of Ganga Acharya, I consider that he must be Narayan himself, or maybe the plenary portion of Narayan. When all the cowherd men very attentively heard the statement of Ganga Acharya through Nanda Maharaj, they better appreciated the wonderful activities of Krishna and became very jubilant and satisfied. They began to praise Nanda Maharaj because by consulting him, their doubts about Krishna were cleared. They said, "Let Krishna, who is so kind, beautiful, and merciful, protect us." When angry Indra sent torrents of rain accompanied by showers of ice blocks and high winds, he immediately took compassion upon us and saved us and our families, cows, and valuable possession by picking up Govardhan Hill just as a child picks up a mushroom. He saved us so wonderfully. He may continue to mercifully glance over us and our cows. May we live peacefully under the protection of wonderful Krishna. Thus end of Bhaktivedanta purport of the 26th chapter of wonderful Krishna. So the problem we face now, we can see why we are not really in a world that is transcendental. Because our meditation is not upon the transcendental eternal pastimes of pure loving service to the Supreme Person and His pure loving servants. So to become free, the antidote, or what you call the vaccine, to become free from materialism, is Krishna, the Supreme Purifier. So we should meditate and focus upon the Supreme Person. And it comes easily when we meet. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Our dear Gurudev, our instructing spiritual master and initiating spiritual master, who is a resident of Vrindavan, the confidential loving servant of God, invites us to enter the world of Krishna and taste and experience the loving embrace of Lord Krishna. And when we chant the holy names, we feel now this belongingness, embracing Lord Krishna. That is the antidote or the vaccine to become free from separation from Lord Krishna. Just like now, in the Philippines, in this world, everybody is experiencing pain and suffering because of COVID-19, this pandemic that they're gonna end their miserable life in pursuant of trying to pursue a world that is empty. Become free from this ignorance. The real vaccine, the antidote, is Krishna. Meaning the meditation, the focus. So enter that world where there is no tinge of material energy or contamination. That world of pure loving devotional service, the pleasure of Lord Krishna, the pleasure of Lord Balaram, and the pleasure of our Gurudev. Haribol, Namaste. Okay, let's meditate on Krishna. Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa, Gora Karuna Sarupaya, Radha Krishna Prasayati. Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Bhakta Vrinda Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Paramahamsa, Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa. Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namaste, Gora Karuna Sarupaya, Radha Krishna Prestayate. Haribo, Krishna Haribo. Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Sarupaya Radha Krishna Prastate Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shadvaita Gadadhar Shripatsadi Gopalabhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Haribo, Namaste. Thank you very much for taking part in this study program we're doing in Madana Mohana Academy. So see you again tomorrow. Haribo.